is the voice of disruption.
I'm Ken Rutkowski, and this is the Voice of Disruption, Music Disrupted, where we get to meet incredible artists. Some you may not be aware of yet, but here, of course, we're exposing you to great talent that's from around the world. Scott Page joins us every single week, and like I say, I'm honored that he's always here.
Thank you, thank
Knowledgeable, gives us great insight. Ignited Artists is your company.
Which is the accelerator. It's Ignited Network. The artist is the accelerator program, but our network is our platform. Yeah.
And you basically put gasoline on a campfire when it comes to an artist.
That's correct. The whole idea is to give them an infrastructure that they can really run a business on, so that the social media guys don't ride on their backs. So they can take advantage.
And we're going to touch upon that a little later on. Marko is joining us.
Yay.
Marko, what's your handle?
Marko Penn, M-A-R-K-O-P-E-N-N.
And that's where I want to start. Okay. First, where are you from?
I'm from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Not Ohio.
Well, a little bit of both.
Not Chicago.
I was born in Louisville. I grew up there outside of Louisville. Then I was always bouncing back from Ohio and Kentucky.
What kind of music?
I don't know. I like to call it trap, funk, soul. That's my thing.
Trap, funk, soul.
So you like the trap, you like it. If you like funk, you like it. If you like soul, you like it.
There you go.
I don't know what that means, but okay. I don't know what that means. And you are a full-time artist.
Full-time artist.
Always doing this.
And a songwriter as well.
Okay, that's important, okay? Where do you generate most of your revenue?
Songwriting. I started off being a songwriter. I've written songs for Usher, Dolla. I've worked with J.Lo. I've worked with Janelle Monáe. I've worked with Flo Rida. I mean, the list goes on. I've been blessed. So
yeah, that's really that's good. Publishing, brother.
Catalog.
So if I'm you like the word supporter, not fan.
Yep.
Because a fan is different. A supporter is somebody that comes out to you. If I'm a supporter, how do I connect with you?
When it comes to being
social platforms,
yeah, for sure. Social platforms. You can listen to me on Spotify, iTunes, whatever. You just.
But what's your favorite?
My favorite, as far as what? Like
social media.
Probably Instagram.
They own your fans.
They own your fans. That's the big issue, is control, because you really don't have access to all the data, and you don't have access to the those emails, and they really own your fans.
So how do you get around
sit right
that?
on your back.
How do you get around that, or do you kind of just accept it because that's what's there?
I go out my way to personally reach out to people. I slide in their DMs, whatever, and I just reach out to them and let them know what I'm up to, and I really try to have a conversation with them to let them know, what do you think about the music? What would you want me to do different? Just really, because I try to treat my supporters not as I don't particularly like the whole fan thing. I like family thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be like, oh, you here. I want everybody to feel like you can be there too.
So do you feel that you get a lot more out of using the DMs, the direct message, as opposed to the regular posting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it makes it more personal.
Personal and direct. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I like you call them supporters. You didn't call them fans.
Because they are supporting me, and yeah, they may be fans of my music, but if for some reason when I say the word fan, I feel like it makes them smaller than me, and I don't particularly want that.
Very good.
You know
point.
what I'm saying? I want, because I feel like I came this far, and I'm blessed to be able to do the music I do for a bigger reason. I may not understand 100%, so I try to use myself as a vessel and as a way to be the voice for the voiceless. So if I don't want to belittle them, I want them to know, like, hey, if I'm going through this, we're all going through this together.
Makes sense.
And what's interesting, what he's saying too, is it goes back to that model we always talk about, just the concept of the 1,000 true fans. That smaller group of people will generate the larger portion of your revenue.
As long as you find a way to create a revenue model
But you
around
have
them.
to create, you got to create value for them,
Yeah.
right? And that's where it goes back to lifestyle, and that's what really people are, really
You're part
paying
of
for.
Voice of Disruption. This is Music Disrupted. We're being joined by Marko Penn. If people want to find you, Marko, where do they go?
Instagram, Twitter, you can type in Marko Penn, M-A-R-K-O-P-E-N-N.
Not a website?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
we have
really
a
interesting.
website, www.treehousemarko.com.
But nobody, it's interesting, the website is gone sort of by the wayside. It's your handle.
I know, but that website's what captures email addresses, captures,
Well, yeah.
you own the customer then, or your supporter, where everything else you don't. Twitter's probably the only one of all those platforms you mentioned is where you have a real non-paying direct connect.
Yeah.
Everything else you have to theoretically pay for.
Well, see, the opportunity is really, if you look at these sites, is to really move people off those platforms into
your own.
into your own area, which is kind of the ignited model, right?
But artists don't know how to do that.
Right. It's,
And it's not easy. That's why.
well, that's why the education
I'm not
is
talking
good.
as if you're not here, okay?
yeah.
I'm just listening.
I'm always concerned because merchants know this. When you go into a store, You know, that might have a little fishbowl here, put your business card in there, and they give you a free lunch if they draw a card. They're just doing data collecting, old school way, but they own that email address. And if you see like Tony Robbins and a lot of these people that do inspirational speaking, they create a funnel to make sure they have your email address to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
Artists almost need to take the old fishbowl model and the Tony Robbins model and slap them together to make sure that customer, supporter, is yours.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough because it's scattered everywhere. Like I may have like on like Spotify a big following, and maybe on YouTube it may not as big. So for what I try to do is try to find a way to put everybody into one place. And so far, I feel like Instagram does it the most because you have snaps, you have the post, you have things. You know, it's so much you can do, and Facebook does it as well.
It does.
But you know, that's my goal always, is just like, okay, I got people love me in these platforms, but how can I get it all back into one?
This is my concern, and it's very simple. And it happened to me personally. I had 700,000 people follow me on Facebook. And I put one post up that offended somebody, and Facebook has locked me out of my account for over a year and a half. 700,000 people I can't get back to. So if it happens to me, and I'm telling you, my posts were not crazy, but I upset one group.
That's all it takes.
So that's all it takes. And I lost all my connection there. And I'm wondering if you accidentally post something on Instagram that might be perceived as lewd or wrong, you're out.
Yeah, you should definitely put a campaign together to get that direct access off these platforms. Look at Vine. People were on Vine.
That's true.
I mean,
That's
boom,
true.
gone in like a week. It was like, you never heard of it anymore,
So,
right?
Marko, I know you're an artist and you sound great. Do you make a living doing it?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's for the last 5 or 6 years of my life. That's the only thing I was doing to get money. Because I just
great.
don't believe in plan Bs. Like that means you said you believe you're gonna fail. I'm like, no, this is going to work. So even if it starts off, maybe I may make $100, $200, then you just build up, you know. So now obviously I make a lot more than $100, but you just gotta, you gotta start somewhere.
Right.
You know, and I just, it's crazy to see how far I've managed to do this, coming from like Kentucky or Ohio,
That's great.
Especially like
Pick one. We pick one. Is it Kentucky or
I'm a
Ohio?
Rolling Stone, man. I was all over the place, man. I can't help my life, bro. I can't.
Hey, so where do artists go, and I'm asking you specifically, to get re-educated, to get more resources and knowledge to help you out? Where do you go?
History. I go to the past.
But do you listen? Do you read? Do you podcast? Do you stream? What do you?
Well, I do. I watch a lot of TED Talks. I watch a lot of documentaries.
Oh, I love hearing that.
I
wish I would hear other artists say that. Just the
TED
word
Talk.
TED Talks says you're at another level.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things people need to realize, especially artists. I tell you, right now, get up in the morning, you should spend a couple hours reading blogs, following different people, staying on top of it, because this market is moving so quickly. Every 90 days, things are shifting like crazy. And now you're looking at blockchain and AI and all those things, which are going to be very important to an artist.
Yeah.
Having that understanding can help give you an edge to kind of stay on top of the trends.
Yeah.
But a lot of artists, the problem is they just say, hey, dude, what do you stand for? What problem are you solving? Oh, dude, I sit around, smoke fatties, and play guitars all day.
That sounded like you
business.
last week when I called Scott.
That's
So
right.
let me ask you a question as we go closer to a song you're going to perform. What's your message to people out there? What your fans, your supporters, why do they support you? What do you do they can't get anywhere else?
I think when they look at me, I think they see themselves, and I think they see that they're not alone. Because for me, I'm a type of person, the way I came up, I grew up by a single father, ended up dying when I was 15. So from that point on, you know what I'm saying, like I was just wherever. And that's why I was bouncing around from Ohio, Kentucky. It got to the point when I was in high school, I was homeless. It's gotten to points where I even was sleeping outside and it got too cold, so I slept in bathrooms. So I'm not afraid to share those stories with my supporters and share that. So I think people see me as a way of hope and empowerment, and I like that because I feel like, like I need it. You know what I'm saying? The music I make is not always because, I want to make something clever. Like that helps me get through. Like the song "Young Till I Die." Like that makes me feel like is a light at the end of the tunnel. So through all that, I think my supporters, they feel the same way.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because
That's a
that's
great connection.
standing for something is really important,
Yeah.
especially today.
Taking
'cause-
it from the bottom, moving up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And that's standing for something, and
Yeah.
people want to follow that, right? Which is great.
Before we go, I want to thank you, Scott, for being here on a regular basis and always asking the right questions and being knowledgeable enough and keeping yourself up to date on what's going on with trends.
Thank you very
so
much.
I'm honored to always have you here. Okay?
Thank you very much. I mean, this is one of my favorite things to do. I always love coming here because it's great to meet new artists. I always learn from artists. I mean, I've met
We
some
got
artists
Marko.
teaching me stuff.
New talent. that
We got a new guy here.
People again want to
Yay.
find you, Marko. Where do they go?
Instagram, Marko Penn, you know, MarkoPenn. I never know which camera to look into, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
gonna say it. Yeah.
And what song are you gonna perform for us?
A song off my project called Dirty Work. It's called Young Till I Die. I'm gonna do that acoustic version.
So we're gonna do.
Nice.
We're here. Learn about Marko and other great artists out there. Make sure you stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to hear some great music from Marko Penn. This is the Voice of Disruption, and this is Music Disrupted. We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marko Penn. This is Young Till I Die.
Oh, what a time to be young and alive. I wanna be young till I die. Wanna make this feeling last a lifetime. I wanna be young till I die. Gave a lot to give more. Had to learn getting and I got it on my own. Mailman at the front door with some more bad news hiding in the envelopes. Yeah, I focus on the positive. Young, carefree, that's the way it is. Got a bad chick, she got no kids. Taught her how to roll, now she always trying to smoke. Oh, what a time to be young and in love. I wanna be young till I die. Wanna make this feeling last a lifetime. I wanna be young till I die. Gave a lot, it took a loss. Had to re-up, now I'm living like a boss. I got the juice, yeah, I got the sauce. I'm with the team and we going up, then we going up. Yeah, I focus on the positive, yeah. Young, carefree, that's the way it is. Get drunk, get high, that's the way we live. Na 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 na. Oh, what a time to be young and in love. I wanna be young till I die, yeah. Oh, I wanna make this feeling last a lifetime. I wanna be young till I die, yeah. Whoa, whoa, young till I die. Young till I die. Whoa, yeah. Whoa, yeah, yeah. I wanna be young till I die. Oh, what a time to be young and alive. I wanna be young till I die. Oh, I wanna make this feeling last a lifetime. I wanna be young till I die, yeah. Oh, I wanna be young till I die.